As usual, guys, please like and subscribe. It always helps the algorithms on the channel, and let's get into it. Okay, guys. So as I've been going through the Star Wars films sort of more in depth, and because of course, if you've watched any of my episode 7, you know that I'm drawing on material from sort of all the films, all the shows, and everything else, just to try and bring it together to give you at least a reasonable facsimile visually of what it could have looked like. Obviously, it's not a replacement for the sequel trilogy in terms of how it looks, but going through this now, so I'm watching Attack of the Clones and I got very confused because, okay, so Rogue One was about, let's see what Rogue One was about first of all, the official, because I went to StarWars.com and it kind of directs you to, like, you can look at galleries and clips and stuff, but you don't get the synopsis, so they send you to Wikipedia. Okay, fine, so you go to Wikipedia. Set closer to the latter film, focused on the information of the Rebel Alliance and their efforts to seal the plans to the Death Star, an event that was referenced in the opening crawl of A New Hope. Jane Erso, played by Jones, and a group of other characters band together to steal the plans, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so let's go to the synopsis. The capture of Galen Erso. So approximately 6 years after the formation of the Galactic Empire, Imperial Director Orson Krennic and his Death Troopers, they land. Yeah, they try to get Galen Erso. Why are they getting Galen Erso? You know what? I'm just going to look up Galen Erso because... Here we go. Galen Erso was a human male scientist and leading galactic authority on crystallography and energy enrichment. Born on the planet Grange and agricultural backwater world, Erso was drafted into the Federal Republic Futures Program, where his skill and intelligence ultimately led to him becoming a critical component, though reluctant, in the development of the DS-1 Death Star mobile battle station. So he was a critical component, though reluctant, in basically creating the Death Star. One of the most renowned polymaths in the galaxy, Galen was a gifted theoretician, mathematician, and experimental physicist. Galen was the recipient of the Kuat Systems Engineering Medal. Okay, so... Don't care about that. So, rumors began to spread throughout the galaxy of a new Imperial superweapon. Shortly before the Battle of Yavin, the Rebel Alliance received word that Guerrera had a message from Galen pertaining to the superweapon, recruiting Galen's estranged daughter, da-da-da-da-da. Now, my issue here, this doesn't really give us... I mean, when you're watching the movie, you're essentially told that Galen Erso is responsible for the designs of the Death Star, right? And that he... I guess ultimately put the weakness in it that allowed the rebels to beat it, right? That was because he was aiding the rebels. Now let's see if under the Death Star it mentions Galen Erso. So here it says on Wikipedia, some of the earliest plans for a mobile planet-destroying superweapon dated back millennia to the ancient Sith. Thousands of years later, shortly before the outbreak of the Clone Wars, the Geonosians, aligned with Count Dooku and the Confederacy of Independent Systems, designed the ultimate weapon in secret. And that's what I was saying. I was watching Attack of the Clones, and you have this scene where Dooku is talking to the Geonosis guy, and they're talking about the Death Star, and they're showing, like, it was already planned. So, and even here, this article is saying that the earliest plans dated back millennia. By the time you get to the Clone Wars, or Attack of the Clones, the movie, they've pretty much got the plans done. So, what I don't understand is when the Alliance to restore the exists, Rogue One operatives, see, they avoid mentioning Galen Erso in this article, but then you go back to his article, and it says that he was a major critical component, though reluctant, in the development of the Death Star mobile battle station. Well, what? Because it was already designed in Attack of the Clones. They show it. They talk about it. So I'm confused. So I'm asking you guys, is this another screw up by Disney? They're not, in Lucasfilm, since Disney took over, where they're just not paying attention to their own lore, as we see here? Or is this okay? Are you okay with this? Are you okay with the fact that the Death Star was designed, they showed it in Attack of the Clones, and yet they still made this new movie showing that Galen Erso was sort of the guy who designed it, more or less, and put weaknesses in it, and was super important in the design of it. So personally, I think this is a bit of a screw up because, you know, the whole thing in Attack of the Clones, and that's near the end of the movie, is that kind of ties in George put that in there to tie into what was going to happen in A New Hope with this Death Star finally being built and everything. I just think this is another kind of strange, weird plot line where the writers kind of missed the boat again, in my opinion. But you let me know what you think. I think it's pretty weird that they made it all about this guy, and he's the one who designed the Death Star. Meanwhile, the Death Star, for all intents and purposes, was already done. It was already made. You guys let me know, and have a good day.